Hello everybody and welcome once again to another video update. How you doing? It's been a while since the last one, but I thought it's about time that I laid the cards on the table because, well, I've got a few things to harp on about. It's going to be a slightly rambly one because I've not got any. Normally I kind of plan a little bit for video updates so that I can kind of try to keep myself on task. But anyway, there's no times here. I'm not going to give myself a time to stick to because I never stick to the timing. So I'm not going to bother this time. But I'll keep it below 15 minutes. Just for those of you who can berate me when it ends up being 18 or 20. Anyway, what is the purpose of this video? Well, first of all, it's to say hello. It's been a little while since the last one. And to give you an update on the channel, really, because I'm quite aware of the fact that there's not been many video updates recently. There's been a slowdown in streams and, video uploads and things. And, it's been playing on my mind a little bit. So I just wanted to, as I said, got the old cards laid on the table because I've been doing a bit of thinking over the past week or so about how I want to proceed onwards with the channel and things. And, well, I'm going to give you my proposals. So I think it kind of all stems from the fact that back in November last year, I got a temporary promotion at work, which meant that I stepped into a role that was a management role, was very busy, still is very busy, and the nature of the job, the work that I'm undertaking is it's a bit more stressful than I had been dealing with before, and still continues to be so. Although I'm getting much more used to it. It's now September, so it's been 10 months. But it was a temporary thing, temporary promotion, and it still is because nobody's been recruited to the post permanently. Although that is now happening as of now, and I'm applying for the job I've just been doing for 10 months, and hopefully in the next 4 weeks I'll find out whether I've got it full time. But yeah, it means that after work I tend to be a little bit more on the tired side, and my motivation to sit down and start playing computer games is not quite as high as it once was after work. Not every day, but after particularly challenging days or really busy days, which is probably at least half the week, 2 or 3 days out of the week when things aren't quite going so smoothly. So that's had a bit of an impact on sort of frequency of uploads and things. But coupled with that, specifically after the kind of lockdown easing earlier this year, kind of June time, one of my friends that moved to London has come back to Leeds. So that means that nearly every Saturday I'm going over to her house. Fridays, I've always been pretty busy on Fridays, going to another friend of mine's house as well. So that kind of rules Friday and Saturdays out when it comes to streaming. And then I started playing league football on a Tuesday. I used to always play football on a Wednesday and Thursday and Sunday, but I started playing league football on a Tuesday just before the original lockdown last March, and that continued and has continued after the whole debacle. And so that rules out Tuesday, which really only leaves Mondays and Sundays as days where I can stream. So that's why there's been a bit of a slowdown on streaming as well, to some degree. I've still done a few stream series, the Mass Effects and the Monkey Islands, but not as many as I would like. So there's been a slowdown in streams. There's been a bit of a kind of a slowdown in terms of pacing of uploads of videos. And that's because two of the game series that I'm doing at the moment are old school kind of LP only series. Rome, because it's I wanted to go back to the old kind of throwback to the old series of the Total Wars that I did, and also because of the role play, it works much better as a recorded session than a live stream. So that's why there's been no live streams of that so far. But that is obviously soon to change. And Kingdom Come Deliverance was me experimenting with a different style of kind of playthrough, more of a first-person kind of in-character role-play, rather than me commentating as an LPer. So that works better as a recorded video, because as a stream, it would kind of strange doing that in that style. And that's led to a bit of a slowdown of pacing, because recording in the old way is slow. you record a 40-minute to an hour video at a time. Then you've got to render it, then you've got to edit it, upload, sort the audio out, quality out with Audacity, and then you've got to get it rendered, which is much quicker than it used to be because of the new computer. It's cut the rendering time down by a third, so I can't argue about that. And uploading is quicker because I've got a gigabyte broadband, so that's also... So it's not as slow as it used to be, but it's still nowhere near as quick as sitting down and streaming for 3 hours, and streaming is always good fun because I get to interact with you guys live. So that's kind of slowed the series down that I'm doing. So Rome and KCD have been ongoing for a little while, and whilst they've been ongoing, I've finished about 3 stream series whilst that's been happening. So I've been kind of thinking about how to keep things going on the channel, because not just for your interest, but for and engagement, but for mine. As I get older, I find that my ability to be able to engage with the game for long periods of time, and I cringe when I think of having to play a series that lasted as long as, say, Skyrim. God knows how on earth I managed to record a series for 4 years, because I could never do that now. As I get older, I think that my engagement with games for longer periods of time is getting less and less. So it's important for me to be able to play a series through and keep the momentum up and get the series done as soon as possible, without rushing, of course, but just keep that pace up, get the videos up and get the series done in, say, no longer than sort of 6-8 months tops, which with some games will be more difficult because of the length of them, but it should be doable for a lot of games. So thinking of that and my availability and my role that I'm in now, which is impacting outside of work in terms of recording sessions, I think a change in how I do things on the channel needs to happen to keep things moving and to keep things exciting for me and to allow the momentum to keep up, if that makes sense. I did say this would be rambly. I'm just kind of getting it out, really. So what I'm thinking of doing is moving away from stream series and moving away from LP series and just having 2 series running on the channel at any one time. And again, I think back to when I did 5 games at a time, and I think to myself, how on earth did I find the time to record 5 LPs at a time way back when? Even as early as last lockdown, but obviously we were in lockdown, so we couldn't do a great deal. So there was no football, for example. So to manage sort of 4 to 5 LPs slash stream series, sort of early last year, mid to last year, was actually doable. Whereas now it's just simply not. So 2 game series at a time. That allows me to maintain pacing because I don't have to flip-flop between too many games. And then those game series that I'm playing are going to be a hybrid of recorded sessions when I can't stream and in between streams, and streams when I can do them. So let's take Rome, for example, which is going to turn into a hybrid series because I'm happy to stream it now that the roleplay is finished, is when I can stream it on a Sunday or a Monday, which are my 2 stream days now. I'll stream it. And in between those stream days, I'll record videos, so that I'm always doing something on Rome, whether it's a recorded session, whether it's a stream session. And by keeping that momentum up, on those kind of days when I come back from work and I'm thinking, 50-50, can I be bothered to record something today? Am I to, on those days where I've got that kind of 50-50, I'm asking myself, am I in the mood to record today? When I'm maintaining a momentum with a game, and particularly if it's a game that's just come out or it's a game that I've just started or whatever, then that 50-50 becomes I'll do it, why not? Whereas if it's a game that I've been playing for 6 months, I'd be like, it can wait a bit longer. I've been doing it for 6 months. I'll wait till I'm in a better frame of mind. So by keeping that kind of momentum up, it's going to help with that side of it. So that's me thinking. And that's what I'm going to experiment with for the next sort of 2 to 3 months to see how it goes. So, there's no stream-only series and there's no LP-only series going forward. It's going to be just hybrid series recorded sessions in between streams and streams when I can stream them, which works well for something like Rome. Some games are more conducive to streams only, where interaction is key, and I might still do sort of shorter stream series like that on the side in amongst the two game series that are ongoing. But for the most part, it's just going to be a hybrid series affair. So that's the plan. So Rome will continue in that manner, but I am waiting to stream the next session of that, which is why there's nothing from Rome that's come out since the roleplay finished, because I want to make the next session a stream session as kind of an epilogue to the roleplay, and hoping that you will join me as characters for that session, because it's just, as I said, it's going to be kind of a little bit of an epilogue to the roleplay. But that's going to be hopefully on Monday. Next Monday, but I'll keep you posted about that. So that leaves the second game series, and also a little bit of a quandary. Although it's not a quandary because I made a decision, but it's always with a heavy heart when I do this. Kingdom Come Deliverance cannot continue in that manner, in a hybrid manner, because of the nature of how I'm recording it. It wouldn't make sense for me to stream in a first-person manner because I wouldn't interact with chat, for example, because I'm in character, so it makes no sense. I've already streamed the game previously. The reason I was doing this series was because I got a new computer and I wanted to try the game in better graphical splendour than I first played it when it came out, because I had to play it in 1080p and now I can play it in 1440p with high graphical settings. But saying that, I'm finding out now that my computer, when recording in 1440p, is not, there's a few issues with encoder overloads and things, to the point where I'm thinking that a two PC setup is probably the way to go if I want to get the maximum quality and performance between gaming and streaming at the same time. More about that later down the line. So I'm not getting the performance that I was hoping out of the game. There's still a lot of jitters and stutters, which you've no doubt seen in the videos. I'm playing the games in 60 frames, and therefore there's not quite so big a jump in the graphical quality as I was hoping. And that was one of the main reasons for playing the second series. In addition to trying out the new kind of style of role playing, if you will, which I've enjoyed, to be fair. But when I sit down and critically look at it, I think I was a little bit hasty in starting this series with a new computer, and kind of, I was on the high from the new computer. Let's start something new and let's get stuck into this. And as it's gone on a little bit more, and the issues have continued with the stuttering and the encoder issues whilst playing KCD, which, by the way, is not still, even to this day, the most well optimized game, which is part of the issue. Then I think to myself, do I wish to carry this on for another 8, 9, 10 months, which is probably as long as this will take, even longer at the current pacing I'm going, given that I've already played the game before as well? And the answer to that question is no. So, I mean, I've been doing this now for 11, coming up to 12 years next April, and I've only cancelled a handful of series in that time, which I don't think is a bad return, but I'm going to have to, for my own sanity, given the situation that I'm explaining to you here, I'm going to have to cancel that series, because I just have to. It's going to take too long to finish, and what I was hoping to partially get out of that series has not happened in terms of the graphical uplift, and the constant stuttering and stuff with the videos irritates me. I won't say I'm a perfectionist, but when I see things that I don't like, it irritates me, and the longer it goes on, the more it irritates me. And the fact that I can't get a smooth video without some graphical issue or some stuttering issue or some frame drop, it really irks me. Shut up, phone. So I am hereby cancelling Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I am very sorry, because I know people are enjoying it from the comments and stuff, so it's going to be a disappointment to some of you, but hopefully you'll understand why I'm doing it. So that is going to cancel, which means that I'm technically at the moment now only down to one series, which is Rome. So I'm going to be starting a second series and playing that in the hybrid manner. Now, this was initially a game I intended to play as a stream-only series, but I'm going to use this. It's only a shortish game, about 15 to 20 hours, but I'm going to see how this kicks on with this kind of hybrid way of delivering videos to you guys, because I'm going to start recording the videos as of tomorrow, and then I'll bring a stream to you on Sunday of this game. So we'll kick off the hybrid style. And the game is Life is Strange. True Colours? It's on my desktop here. Bear with me. Is it True Colours? It's True Colours. Life is Strange, True Colours. Now, I've played all the Life is Strange games, so I'm going to play this one. And I was reticent to buy this game because what price was it now in the UK? $49.99. 50 quid for a 20-hour game. Mass Effect Legendary Edition was £50. You're getting 3 full games. Yes, of course, the games that have been released, but they're remastered with all of the DLC. We're talking 100+ hours worth of content for 50 quid. I'll pay 50 quid for that, and I did pay 50 quid for that. I'm not paying £50 for a 20-hour game, was my kind of thinking when I was asked about that in the Discord server. And but thankfully, Hauler has kindly obtained a Steam key for me, which he gave to me yesterday or a couple of days ago now. So I've got the game, and so a big thank you, because I did want to play it, but I'm like, I'm a Yorkshireman. I don't like to throw money around, and particularly because it's some of it is your money to some degree, because some of you still follow me on Patreon and donate on Patreon, and I will thank you all for that again, because it's been a while since I did a video update, and so that goes into my PayPal pot, along with the very small amount of YouTube ad revenue, which is, you couldn't even buy a round of drinks with it, but it mounts up over the course of 3, 4, 5 months, and with that I purchase games to bring to you guys, and the occasional computer peripheral if it breaks or needs changing, or needs upgrading, and things like that. So it all goes back into the channel, which is explained on the Patreon front page if you visit it. So it's, some of it is your money that you've kindly donated that I use to purchase these games. So to spend £50 of that money that you have kindly donated to me and the channel, I think is like, no, I won't spend my own money, so I'm not going to spend your money to some degree on that. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, Hauler has kindly obtained a Steam key for me, so I have installed it. It's on my desktop now, ready to go. So I'm going to be starting that tomorrow after work, recording it, which means I may not get it up tomorrow. It might go up on Friday, because getting it up on the same day is difficult after work. But it's going to start up as the second series on the channel. So we're going to be playing Life is Strange True Colours and Rome as the 2 series, both in the hybrid manner, and we'll take it from there to see how that goes. The fact of the matter is, I think it's going to allow me to get through games pretty swiftly, which is great for the momentum, because I finished Mass Effect 2 Remastered Legendary Edition, which is a 40-hour game. I finished it in a month and a half with stream only. If I'd have streamed it and recorded sessions as well in between the streams, I'd have finished it in a month. That's a 40-hour game finished in a month. If I had recorded that in an LP style, it'd have taken me 6 to 8 months. That's the difference. That is the massive difference that streaming makes. And I really enjoy streaming, because I get to interact with you guys, and you get, it's great. I really do enjoy it, and sometimes have a drink as well. So yeah, I think it's going to work really well. And when I'm recording the normal videos outside of the streams, I'm going to have my camera on as much as possible to try and make it as engaging as I possibly can for you guys as well. So as I say, it's a 2 to 3 month trial. I mean, you can let me know what you think. But I think that's the way to go, given my reduced streaming availability and the situation that I'm faced with outside of work. I play football 4 times a week as well, so that eats into LPing time, because after I play football, I certainly aren't recording a video, an LP, and I say after work, I'm finding it a lot more draining. So yeah, all of that combined means that I've got to be a bit smarter with my time and a bit smarter with how I do things. And I think adopting this methodology is going to really, really help to keep things progressing and to keep me engaged in the game without it dragging on for too long. Because my aim is to get through the majority of kind of 40, 50-hour games tops within a month to within a sort of a month and a half to 2 months, 3 months at the very most. I don't want to be doing a series longer than 3 months. Some games will have to be different. If I do want to play Pathfinder Kingmaker, and you ain't getting that done in 3 months. It's a massively long game, so I might have to split that into seasons or something. But as I say, I think it's the way to go. So there you go. That's about the channel. I don't know how long we've been going for. 21 minutes. Jesus Christ almighty. So, yeah, did say it was going to be a bit of a rambly one. And I did say I'd go over 15 minutes. So, I was right. I hope you're still watching. I've not bored you. So, a little bit outside of LPing. Why not? Well, there's not much. Considering it's been a long time since I've done one of these, there's not really much to update you with, which is really how exciting my life has been. I've just come back from Cornwall. That was pretty nice. It's the first time I've ever been to Cornwall, southwest England. Went to Lizard Point, which is the southernmost tip of the country, well, the mainland country, if you exclude the islands like the Isle of Wight, etc. It was really, really nice, glorious weather. Visited some lovely sites. The Eden Project was fantastic. Went up to Tintagel, loved the views up there, was absolutely fabulous. And of course, it was the home of the Fleming dynasty, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, getting home was a nightmare. Took me 12 hours in total over 2 days due to traffic. 12 hours. I could have flown to the west coast of America almost in the same time frame it took me to get back from Cornwall. Jesus, but it was a lovely place. Won't be going back in a hurry because it's too far. It's a very long way to go, especially if you're driving. But it was nice to. I'm 38, so to say that's the first time I've been in almost 40 years of existence, I won't be going back. I won't be rushing back, but it was nice. And then I put it on the Discord server, but for those of you that don't know, whilst I was down there, and you can Google it, literally 3 miles away from where I was staying in the caravan, it was a caravan park I stayed in a cove 3 miles away, they're recording the Game of Thrones prequel, House of Dragon, what it was called, literally on the doorstep of where we were. So I read that on an article on Facebook while we were there, and we went down to look, and we could see some of the set was set up, and the tents, and there was there was security there. Didn't see any of the cast or anything, but it was clear they were recording something, and they were very coy about it. Hey, Game of Thrones, we can't say anything. You don't need to say anything. We know exactly what you're filming here. So that was pretty cool, even though we didn't see anything. So it was, we booked the Cornwall trip in April. So to stumble across Game of Thrones set whilst we were there, at that precise moment, at that precise location where we were, was quite the coincidence. Quite the coincidence indeed. So that was good fun, just to see that, and we're going to be keeping a sharp eye out when we watch it. Me and my friend that visited, and see if we could notice the cove that we were filming in. So that was quite fun. So that was one thing that was quite interesting. That's essentially my first holiday since 2019, which is a depressing thought, really, because I didn't consider it a holiday because I was still in the UK. A staycation, I think they call it, isn't it? And although it was nice, it's not the same as being on a cruise ship in the middle of the Caribbean, I must say. Still looking forward to doing that at some point in the future. So that was good. What else has happened in my life over the past 6 months since the last video update? Not right much else. A lot of football. Although I will say, now that I'm on the ramble, that I am playing the best football of my life, which is unbelievable. You think, I'm not. You'd peak maybe at 30, 32, maybe late 20s. You peak. I'm going in overdrive. My physical fitness, because of the fact that I've been doing work, carrying on with me kind of cardio workouts, eating relatively healthily. I'm in a nice slim, trim shape once again. For whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, I'm finding myself playing the best football of my bloody life, which is why I'm enjoying playing 4 times a week at the moment, because I'm absolutely on fire for the past sort of 2 months. Don't know what it is. Is it something in the water? Possibly. But yeah, really enjoying my football, and it's going really, really well. So touch wood, it continues for a little bit longer. Who says, maybe life does begin at 40, who knows? They could be bloody right. So that's good. What else? Oh, yes. Again, those of you in the Discord will probably know this, but those of you that aren't on the Discord server or haven't heard, I applied last December to be on a game show in the UK called The Chase. And heard nothing about it after I'd applied and completely forgot about it, to be honest with you, after a little while. And then I got a phone call last month out of the blue from a number that was down as a scam call on my mobile. So I was thinking, I was at work, working from home, and thinking, who the hell is this? And I don't normally answer these kind of calls. I just hang up or just let them ring. But for whatever reason, I thought I'll answer it, wait for them to say, have you been in the accident? And then swear at them and hang up. But so I answered it, was waiting for the, have you been in an accident? And somebody said, hello? Hello? So I was like, hello? Is that Damien? I said, yes. Oh, it's so-and-so from The Chase. And I was like, what? Excuse me? Is this really a scam call? But no, it was somebody from The Chase, and I had to do kind of an online interview type thing. And go over my application. Then I got asked 40 questions, and which I had to answer within like 5 seconds on the spot. Like, bloody hell, I'm at work here. What's going on here? So I did that, and then I got to do an audition on Zoom, which I then did as well. 2 weeks after two weeks after that initial call, and I got through that as well. So I'm now in a casting pool to go on The Chase, which still doesn't mean I'm guaranteed to go on the game show. But there's no other hoops for me to jump through. So I'm in the pool, and I'm literally just waiting for a phone call to say, right, are you free on such and such a date? We've picked you for this show. So yeah, that's quite exciting. As I say, it's not guaranteed. They do say that even if you're in the casting pool, you still may not be chosen for a show because of the amount of people that get through the auditions. But touch wood, you never know. Might get lucky. Keep your fingers crossed for me, and you never know. You might see me on TV in the future. Who knows? And who knows? I might even win some bloody money. I just want to go on the show, really, to be honest with you. But winning some money would be a nice, happy aside. So that's quite exciting. So that's happened to me recently. Anything else? I don't think so. Off the top of my head, anyway. So anyway, I've rambled on now for coming up to 30 minutes, so I shall spare you any more. But yes, what more can I say? There's going to be a slight change to how I go about my channel. 2 series at a time, maybe with a side stream, shorter side stream, maybe alongside the 2 main series. But the 2 main series will be a hybrid of stream/LP to help with pacing, to help with momentum, because I find it a lot easier to be motivated, especially on days where it's difficult to be motivated because I'm feeling tired, when I've got that momentum, when I'm in the groove. When I record a game for 2-3 days solid, straight in a row, that momentum's there. And therefore I'm like, yep, I want to carry on. The story's picking up, or, I'm really enjoying this. Whereas if I play it and put it down and then come back to it 3-4 days later, it's like you're starting again from scratch. So by doing it this way, I'm hoping to get that momentum continually going. So yeah, so that's happening. Yeah, I shall leave you to the rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Just want to say a big thank you to all for watching the videos as always and participating in the Discord, and particularly to those of you that did involve yourself in the roleplay for Rome. It was a very, very, very enjoyable experience. It was good to do some role-playing again, and it was mission accomplished for me because every single character, family member on that campaign map, I can tell you their names off by heart now. I can tell you a little bit about their personality. I can tell you about what they've done, even so far as some of them who their wives are and their children. And you would just never get that engagement. You would never get that investment into characters unless you were doing a role play. Even with the best will in the world as a role player, you wouldn't have that engagement with your characters. So that is absolutely fantastic because it brings them to life, it gives them meaning, and it was absolutely great. Even though it lasted for 2 months, which was a little bit on the shorter side than I was hoping, but I think it was a good place to end the role play. So thank you all who took part, because it was really, really enjoyable. And yeah, who knows? I may bring something similar back for Three Kingdoms, which is a game that should be perfect for role playing. It was certainly a very high political era of time, judging by the TV show that I've been watching, and apparently the game is quite role play friendly. So that could be a goer. That could be a goer. So anyway, I've rambled on now. I'm going to sign off and go play some football. So yeah, until next time, I'll see you soon.